Let's begin with the top story that we are tracking at 9 tonight. The Enforcement Directorate has once again summoned Congress Leader Rahul Gandhi, and this time it is on Friday, the 17th of June. The leader's grilling will get over by 10 p.m. tonight. We are standing by for that. Meanwhile, Congress Leader Rahul Gandhi, we are told that he sought a leave for tomorrow that the Enforcement Directorate ended up granting. And that is why he is not going to be appearing before the ED tomorrow. This was a leave that he had requested, and that thing was granted by the ED. Now, the fourth round of questioning will take place on Friday. Let me tell you that Rahul Gandhi was questioned for the third straight day today in the National Herald money laundering case. The questioning began at 12 noon today, and the Enforcement Directorate, remember, has been conducting a video and audio recording of the statement of Gandhi during all these 3 days and these sessions. Now, his statements are being typed on an A4 size paper and are minutely reviewed by him and then signed before the submission to the investigating officer. Meanwhile, in another development, Congress leader Adhir Chowdhury has also now sought Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla's intervention, alleging quote-unquote inhuman treatment and humiliation meted out to party leader Rahul Gandhi by the ED.
3 दिन से सील करके रखे हैं जी, किसी को आने नहीं दे रहे हैं, किसी को जाने नहीं दे रहे हैं। यदि कोई है तो उसे घूस के मार रहे हैं। ये तो सीधा लोकतंत्र की हत्या कर रहे हैं। ये बिल्कुल नहीं चाहते, विपक्ष बिल्कुल बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। अब ये राजनीतिक लड़ाई नहीं लड़ पा रहे हैं, तो सीधा डंडे के जोर पे ये हमको दबाना चाहते हैं। हम डरेंगे नहीं, दबेंगे नहीं।
ये क्या हो रहे हैं? हम क्या आतंकवादी हैं? जहाँ कश्मीर में आतंकवादी है उनसे लड़ो, या हम लोग आतंकवादी नहीं है। आप किससे लड़ रहे हो? राहुल गांधी और कांग्रेस पार्टी से तुम इतना क्यों डरे हुए हो? क्योंकि झूठ की पुलिंदा बनाते हुए ये बीजेपी सत्तारूढ़ पार्टी कांग्रेस की छवि को धूमिल करने के लिए जो घिनौना साजिश कर रहे हैं वो कामयाब नहीं हो पा रहे हैं।
We just played out those reactions that we got from on ground today. This was what happened while Rahul Gandhi was being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate on day 3. There was high drama that in fact was seen. This is pretty much similar to the scenes that were played out on day 1 and day 2 of Rahul Gandhi's interrogation by the ED. So as the interrogation went on today for the third day, dramatic scenes unfolded outside the ED office earlier. In fact, the Congress leaders who continue to protest in solidarity over their leaders' questioning again clashed with the cops today in Delhi. The leaders set tires on fire, and several of them were detained by the Delhi police. The Congress leaders in Delhi also alleged that they were not allowed to even visit the party headquarters. Amid all the drama, Rajasthan Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot was also detained by the cops while he was trying to reach the Congress headquarters. In fact, the outrage was not just seen in the national capital, but also in other parts of the country. In Guwahati, Congress leaders alleged manhandling by cops. Protests were seen in Hyderabad and also Bengaluru, and protests were also seen in Maharashtra's Solapur. Meanwhile, the party has now decided to hold a nationwide protest tomorrow outside all the Raj Bhavans.
ये लड़ाई सत्य के लिए है, इसीलिए हम सत्याग्रह कर रहे हैं। और ईडी में जो इंक्वायरी होते हैं, जो प्रश्न पूछे जाते हैं, ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन के रूप में पूछे जाते हैं, जिसका बाहर उसका उल्लेख नहीं होता या कॉपी भी वो नहीं देते। और जो वो किसी ढंग से वो हमारे नेता को, हमारे पार्टी को डिमोरलाइज करने के लिए, हरासमेंट करने के लिए ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हम बड़े मजबूत हैं। इनके प्रश्नों से, इनके डराने से हम डरने वाले नहीं हैं।
All right, let's get a sense of what exactly happened at the Enforcement Directorate office. We are told that Rahul Gandhi is still there. He is all set to get out only by 10 or 11 tonight. My colleague Bhavtosh, who's tracking all the details from the Enforcement Directorate office, is live with me on the broadcast. Bhavtosh, another day of summons for Rahul Gandhi. It's a leave that he, in fact, requested for tomorrow. That has been granted by the Enforcement Directorate. However, Friday is when he's all set to appear. Just take our viewers through what really happened today, if we can, get a sense of the line of questioning and also what is expected on Friday.
Well, the case still revolves around the Young India takeover of Associate General's Private Limited Griha, and the questions remain same. The statement is recorded under Section 50 of PMLA, and the answers that Rahul Gandhi is giving are being typed. Now, what the ED has said is that no undue pressure or he is not being coerced in any way, though the questioning itself lasts for nearly 10 to 11 hours. For this, ED has said that actual questioning lasts for around 4 to 5 hours because answers are being typed, the answers are shown to Rahul Gandhi, and then corrections or minor typo errors are being cleared. Now, the questioning is actually happening here at the Enforcement Directorate's new office in New Delhi, and generally the questioning gets over at around 9:30 in the night, and then Rahul Gandhi goes through his statement. Now, what Rahul Gandhi has maintained is that Young India as a company came up under Section 25 of Companies Act. Now, one can set up a company under Section 25 of Companies Act, and it can operate as a trust. Now, it can also, that's what he has maintained, and he has said that no illegality was done by Rahul Gandhi or, for that matter, the Congress party. But the question that has been raised by the Income Tax Department and, for that matter, by the Enforcement Directorate is the manner in which Young India had usurped the properties that were acquired by the Associate General Private Limited over a period of time. They have also questioned how the equity share of Associate General was transferred to Young India, and how over a period of time, in fact over just 3 months' time, Associate General managed to acquire all these properties. Remember, it was a private complaint that was filed by Subramanian Swamy, whose cognizance was taken by a Metropolitan Magistrate Court. That, in fact, led to Income Tax Department filing a case. This case, in fact, withstood various scrutinies in judicial forum. Rahul Gandhi and Congress party had first gone to the Delhi High Court, and the Delhi High Court, in fact, rejected their plea and said that you should go to the Income Tax Department. In March this year, the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal rejected their plea. It was actually the first round of questioning of Mallikarjun Kharge and Pawan Bansal happened in April. Pawan Bansal was questioned twice. Rahul Gandhi, in fact, was summoned on 2nd of June, but he was not in India, and then Sonia Gandhi was summoned on 8th of June. Rahul Gandhi has been questioned thrice, and his 4th round of questioning will actually happen on Friday. He, in fact, has sought a day's break, which in fact has been given by the Enforcement Directorate, and Enforcement Directorate has said because their case has been cleared in many judicial forum, their ECR is in fact very valid. One can expect Congress party to challenge this ECR in court of law, and they have in fact said so, and they have said that their leader is being unfairly targeted by the very fact that no other leader has been subjected to such kind of questioning in a very long time.
Absolutely. All right, Bhavtosh, thank you so much. Bhavtosh there standing by for today's questioning by the Enforcement Directorate of Rahul Gandhi to get over. We would get a sense of what really happens after that. Meanwhile, this is the latest that he's bringing for us. Another day of questioning, not tomorrow, as Rahul Gandhi has sought a leave for tomorrow by the Enforcement Directorate. It is now going to be on the 17th of June that the Congress leader is going to be summoned again. Meanwhile, I was talking about the dramatic scenes that were played out from various places, not just in the national capital, in view of the ED grilling of Rahul Gandhi. Let's take a look at what all happened, today as Rahul Gandhi appeared before the Enforcement Directorate on day 3.
नहीं चलेगी, नहीं चलेगी। राहुल गांधी जिंदाबाद, 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 राहुल गांधी जिंदाबाद, 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 जिंदाबाद। मोदी
I'm now joined on the broadcast by Ms. Jothimani Serimalai, who's a Congress MP of the lower house of the parliament. Now, Jothimani, you'd recorded this video that obviously resonated with many on social media. It's going viral. That's why we wanted to get a sense of what really happened today. You know, the Congress workers, the Congress leaders are really protesting against the ED questioning of Rahul Gandhi. The summons continue. This is going to be day 4 on Friday when he's all set to be appearing before the ED. However, the scenes on ground were very, very dramatic. It was detention of the Congress leaders and Congress workers, and of course, you are now accusing the Delhi police of not just harassment but ill treatment. Just take us through what really happened through the day today.
See, today we, the women MPs and the women office bearers of the Congress party, peacefully marched towards ED in support of our leader. Just we get out of the office, police, with the help of the army, brutally behaved with us. They dragged me and other women office bearers in the road, and they threw us into the bus. They tore my clothes. For some 10-15 police and 5-10 army people, just 25-30 people gathered in front of the bus and pushed 3-4 women. Is this the way to behave with us? They throw us into bus. Then they refused to give water for 1 hour. We were dying for water. We tried to purchase water on our own. They stopped us from spending our money to buy water. Is this the way to behave in this country? Not only that, they barged into our office. Political party office it is. In a democracy, any political party is a lifeline of any democracy. We are a political party democracy in India. Is this a way to behave? Is there any rule of law in this country? This is a democracy anymore? This is what we are asking to the government. Why we are protesting? Why we are peacefully protesting? Because our leader Rahul Gandhi is facing the political witch hunt, vendetta politics of the Modi government. See, under PMLA Act, those who knows the act will clearly knows that there should be a scheduled offence. We are asking, what is the scheduled offence? Tell us. Then some investigative agency has to file a complaint in a police station. We are asking, tell us which investigative agency filed a complaint in which police station. There should be FIR based on this. We are asking, give the FIR copy to us. They are not doing anything. Just they are illegally calling Rahul Gandhi ji and harassing him, keeping him till night while his mother, Congress president, is in hospital. Is this the way to behave as a son? He is not supposed to be with his mother. He has not right to be with our mother. As a political party, as an individual, we do not have a right to politically, peacefully protest, because this is a political witch hunt, political vendetta. That is why we are treating this politically, fight this case out in the street. Not only that, this is not the problem of Mr. Gandhi or the Congress party anymore. We have seen the bulldozer Raj for the last 1 week. This police can barge into your media house or any media house, any office of any opposition party. We are fighting today is not we are fighting Rahul Gandhi ji alone. We are not fighting.
When you were detained by the Delhi police today, you know, were you guys sloganeering? Were you guys trying to march to the AICC headquarters? What really were you guys doing when this detention really happened? Because your video really says it all. The video has been actually viewed by so many people. You also speak about massive harassment by Delhi police. Of course, they have a lot of answering to do here. But I would like to understand that, there was a planned protest on day 3 also, something that the police has been opposing from day 1. We have been seeing detentions of Congress leaders right from day 1. So today was no different. However, this harassment is something that we are questioning here.
See, the government is really covered. They are actually afraid of Rahul Gandhi ji and the Congress party. You see the timing. This is a 8-year-old case. Then if there is some problem with this case, why don't you call them 8 years before? There is no case. They are just making out of it. See the timing. When our neighboring country Sri Lanka is in turmoil because our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, went to Sri Lanka and pressurized the Sri Lankan Prime Minister and give the power project to Mr. Adani. Now, because of this issue, Sri Lanka into turmoil. Is this the job of the Prime Minister to getting a contract for his friend? This country is run for Adani. Mr. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is working for Adani. This is the issue. We are supposed to talk now because this government want to divert that issue. That is why they are doing all these things. Second thing, Congress party going to launch a yatra on the October 2nd. We already declared the date. Mr. Gandhi going to be part of this yatra from starting to end. We are going to fight for the people issue. We have been fighting for the last 8 years. They know the result. Rahul Gandhi getting into the street, walking from Kanyakumari to Kashmir and taking people along and fighting for the people issue. This government will clearly know they will be thrown out of the office. Congress party and the Rahul Gandhi has the capacity. That is why they are afraid of my leader and my party.
Ms. Jothimani, there is a nationwide protest that has been planned tomorrow. There will be march to all the Raj Bhavans in all the different states of the country. Just take us through what can we expect tomorrow, considering that ED questioning is not going to happen tomorrow, considering Rahul Gandhi has asked for a leave, from appearing before the Enforcement Directorate. So all of that has been planned. And also, I'm again going back to police action because your own leader, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, has called the Delhi police as stooges to the centre with the kind of intervention and the kind of harassment that has been meted out allegedly to all the Congress workers and the Congress leaders. So I want your word on that, and also what is planned by the Congress party tomorrow.
See, we will have a protest as we planned, because this is not going to stop here, because they barged into our office. This is a political party office. No leader, no office bearer, no MP, no MLA, no Congress worker cannot go into our office. Is this our office? We are a political party. We are the opposition political party. We have ruled this nation for the 50 years. When we can't go into our office, but instead police can barge into our office illegally. They can actually beat on our people. Is this the right way to do? What, under what law, what capacity Delhi police barge into our office? Do you think we will witness to these things? The Congress party will never witness this kind of excess from the government. We will show what is the Congress party, this government. We will fight this out in the street. We fight this politically. My leader will go to ED. ED cannot do anything to him because they don't know Rahul Gandhi and they cannot deter his spirit. That's the kind of family tradition he is coming from. Not only Rahul Gandhi ji, not a single Congress worker cannot be deterred by this kind of excess of this government. This government is covered. This government is afraid of the Congress party. That is why they are actually putting 142 in front of our office. They barge into office. They track us on the road. They manhandle us. They brutally behave with us. But we will not deterred by this government. We will show who really we are to this government. This government is anti-people. This government is fascist. This government is using every other institution in the country built by the democracy of this country, built by the people of this country, built by the leaders who sacrificed their life and for decades build this institution. We will, Congress party will save this institution. Congress party will fight for the people. My leader Rahul Gandhi will lead this fight. We will remove this government down the line 18 months. That is why this government is afraid.
All right. Absolutely. All right, Jothimani, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. A video that Jothimani today really posted on social media was something that resonated with many, and that's the reason we also wanted to understand the kind of action that was meted out by the Delhi police, and that's the reason Jothimani is on the broadcast actually taking us through what all happened, and something that our reporters also have been tracking from on ground. My colleague Sahil is joining me on the broadcast. Let's go to him. Sahil, we just had a Congress leader Jothimani really tracking those developments. All right, I'm told that we do not have Sahil at the moment. Let our viewers be abreast with these dramatic scenes that were witnessed today as Rahul Gandhi was being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate on day 3. These were the kind of scenes that were seen today, and this is something that is going to continue tomorrow as the Congress party plans to hold a nationwide protest outside all the Raj Bhavans across the country.